Well, we all do it. When in doubt, turn to Google. But how does that help or hurt our financial questions? Whether it's saving, investing, or just trying to make smarter decisions, people are searching for answers every single day. And that is where our wealth management expert Mark Lampkin comes in. And you work with all of your clients day in and day out, asking all these questions. But today we're talking about the top 5 most Googled financial questions today.
So preparing for this segment, Elle, thanks for having me as always.
Yeah.
Oh, and wait. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Let me be the first to say that. Diana Lampkin, my happy Mother's Day. So, but getting ready for this segment, I went to Google and said, what's the most Googled financial questions? I'm like, what a great topic.
Right.
So here we are, top five things. Here we go.
So the first one, how much should I have in savings?
Well, this is a tricky question because I have some clients that feel comfortable with $10,000, some have $100,000, and it really comes down, it's 3 to 6 months of expenses is what most financial experts say.
Yeah.
But are you in a high turnover industry? Do you spend a lot per month? Are you getting ready to retire? There's a lot of questions that go into that. So if you're in that high turnover industry, I want it closer to 6 months. If you've been there 20 years, you're going to retire there, don't spend a lot of money, you're pretty good with 3 months. But it's a situational question. But 3 to 6 months is that general answer.
That is a really safe, sweet spot for sure.
Yes.
Second top one, how do I get out of debt? I think this is like the $1 million question, right?
Win the lottery.
Yes,
yeah.
There you go, just like that.
I tell folks that are starting out and that are in debt, and I'm not a Dave Ramsey referral partner or anything like that, but I give my clients children's Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Book. It's a great way to start. He has a fabulous method called the snowball method. So what you do is, let's say you just make it easy, 4 credit cards, the smallest balance, the second smallest, third one, the largest one, and you're going to make the minimum payments on the bottom 3, and then you're going to take all the excess cash and pay off that smallest balance first because that gives you a little bit more momentum. Now, I've coined the term at the avalanche method, which takes that snowball method and rearranges a little bit.
Okay.
Let's do it by interest rates. The highest interest rate first and on down. Make the minimum payments on the lowest interest rates. Make the highest payment on the highest interest rate to save you money. And don't forget about zero transfers. So you could take those cards, move those balance to 0% interest for 12, 18 months and really make some dent and make some headway that way if you have decent credit.
There you go. How should I invest my money?
This is a favorite question of mine. I could spend the whole half hour on this, right? Yeah. The answer is really comes down, it is situational. How long do you have to retire? How much are you going to spend in retirement? How much do you have saved? All that goes into it. But the fiscal house is what I say. And what I mean by that is the foundation is the strongest part of your house. Put a third in guaranteed investments, right? Yeah. The walls, those are your moderate risk investments like bonds, stuff like that. And your roof is exposed to the weather, tornadoes, risk. That's the risky. So that's the stock market. So I really like to see a third, a third, a third. And that way you don't have those wild fluctuations. And that's just a basic answer, but it really comes down to you and sitting down with a professional and tailoring it to your goals.
Last 2, very, very quickly. Am I on track for retirement and should I pay off debt or invest?
Well, this is a great topic. Just Google it, right?
Yes, right.
Hey, so, am I on track for retirement? Here's the basic. I want you to work up to saving 15%. 15% of your income. Here's just a quick rule of thumb. 10 times your annual income by the time you retire. So if you're making $50,000, you should have at least $500,000. If you're making $100,000, I want you to have $1 million. So that's just a quick, one-size-fits-all answer, but it really needs to be more customized than that.
And that's why you need to be in touch with Mark Lampkin. His whole team can actually sit down and answer these questions just for you. So Mark, thank you as always.
Thank you very much.
All right, to learn more, just head over to his website, lampkinwealth.com.
Wealth Wednesday on Great Day Live is sponsored by Lampkin Wealth Management.